I'm always surprised as a chef that there's still so much confusion in how we should be eating. When I was very young, food was not something considered to give us so much pleasure or health benefits. It was never something that we should be passionate about in terms of elevating it to this level of joy, intrigue, potential life benefits. It was, we had to eat.
What I like about David Bouley is he takes the time to imagine what food could be like, not just to excite our palate, but also nourish us at all levels. The imagination, the excitement.
We're too busy living in the intellectual side. Technology is driving us. We've got more and more challenges. The animal side needs to be taken care of. It needs to be nourished more. Food is a big part of it.
Wonderful and unique experiences and reconnecting with what is natural. That's what you've been, that's what I'm hearing you say all along in this conversation.
As a chef, all you need is 2 or 3 experiences and you're ignited. If you want to develop your own work and assign your own level of emotion to your food, you basically have to find your own approach to food. We have to teach ourselves how to cook.
When you bring your creative energy together, your spiritual energy into it, and the intent is to have something manifest, open up, something beautiful unfold. You want people to eat your food and have the flavors unfold, and then the digestion be good, and then the cells nourished and the DNA invigorated.
And it lives on.
And that's a remarkable experience. No one will ever forget that.
My approach has always been find the best ingredients. So what does it mean to have the best ingredients? Is sometimes to go the extra effort to find them. Each time that we went the effort to find the better ingredients that Mother Nature could produce, we immediately saw the response from our customers.
How do you go through creating your menus, your foods, your items?
Some of the point of creativity comes from passing through the market. Some are feeling, some are the season.
The eating experience should be a living experience. It should be a pleasure experience. It should be a nurturing experience. It should be a calming experience. It should be an exciting experience. And most Americans don't get that.
Everywhere that I travel in the world, and I've been to maybe 35 countries cooking, food is a top celebration for the week. It's not an accessory to what their entertainment is. It's their top focus. The more that we learn about both high science sous vide cooking or ancient artisanal cooking, the more we learn about this almost primitive but very successful artisanal food safety that really no one can challenge. We should look back at how they were living hundreds of years ago and how they lived for hundreds of years with absolutely no risk in terms of health issues. In Japan, I don't think there's any other culture that understands the importance of when to harvest and when to enjoy. It's almost as if they're watching produce by the minute. When we are in South America, or we are in Europe, or we are in Japan, it's so clear they would never eat out of season. There is more and more attention, buy local, buy at maturity, and enjoy both the benefits of taste and nutritional value.
We are the energy of what we consume. If you consume live energy, vital energy, it's called vitalism. Vitalism is a way of thinking. Picasso was a vitalist. Michelangelo was a vitalist. You're a vitalist.
I think the movement now is clearer than ever that you have a choice. What is in season, when it was picked. If we really want to have the highest pleasure in terms of how we eat and the best nutrients, we might have to redesign how we find these ingredients. We have to break out of mainstream. We have to get away from the luxury of having things so accessible because those choices are not the healthiest.
I think we have to go from this high-level commercialization of everything, where the bottom line profit is the only thing people consider, and they don't look at the integrity of what they're being offered, the purity of what they're being offered.
We have to get away from the luxury of having things so accessible, because those choices are not the healthiest.
And I believe it has to start by getting people to touch the soil, to grow, to go to the farmer's market and actually buy something.
I think that in this country, sadly, I think the government wants every farmer to be a corporation. I don't think that farmers are supported like they should be. Farmers, my suppliers, they don't make product for mainstream. They can't produce enough of it.
If we don't get people educated, if we don't get people moving back, first coming to the market, first eating this, first going into a restaurant that serves organic, and then working with people, learning your lessons, learning David's lessons, demanding this.
Demand, that's the word.
All right.
I'm going
If
to
we
give you
don't
the
get it,
responsibility
then
of
it won't happen.
creating a market demand for those farmers out in America to take advantage of. You can do that, can't you?
I'll do that.
All right.
All right.
Create the demand. The farmers will pick up the flag and go with it.
Do not take the cookbook off the shelf, look at the recipe, and then go look for the ingredients. Go to the market, fall in love with the ingredients, bring them home, find the recipe. How do we get people to know that this is an extremely worthwhile point of energy and that is priceless? Practical knowledge is the key to get, in our world, is to get people seduced to a point where their level of confidence and curiosity and pleasure is going to become, there's a level of momentum that they will now never change. They will never go back. You cannot yourself feel as good as you will feel when you cook a meal, whatever it can be, and you share it with your friends and they're all happy. This is an experience that you cannot buy. And this is an experience that makes you so much happier in yourself, in your soul, because you're sharing, which is a very important part of living, is to share. A very important part is celebrating, and a very important part is good nourishment. Now, that level of celebration is so contagious and builds up so much momentum, because once your body gets adjusted to eating fruits and vegetables that have true flavor, the nutrition is what I think is compelling you next time to make the choice. It's worth the time and effort to find the imperial products that Mother Nature yields to us in season, but the true craving is when your body has been supplied with high level of nutrients, you don't forget this. And the more exposure we can find ourselves personally involved in, it's more difficult to walk in the opposite direction. You will find yourself having so much more joy eating, and you'll find yourself feeling so much healthier from those efforts. Once you begin this path, everything that you need will come to you in terms of how you feel about those choices, how you're enjoying the flavor of those choices, and you will be hooked.